His sister was the recognized school beauty, admired as a genius by everyone. But he, in contrast, was labeled the ultimate freeloader. All because the ability he awakened was the lowest tier, weak electricity. Classmates mocked him, saying he'd end up raising pigs at home and living off his family. What they didn't know was that he actually possessed the legendary twin ability physique. On top of that, he had awakened a supreme power, the violet sky, divine thunder. This world existed parallel to Blue Star. Human civilization developed in roughly the same way, but here terrifying colossal beasts roamed the land. To fight against them, people awakened supernatural powers. Everyone, upon reaching adulthood, would awaken their own ability, each one unique. These powers were ranked across 9 tiers, and most people only awakened between F and D rank. His power, however, was the very bottom, level 1 weak electricity. Even if he pushed himself to the limit, its force was weaker than a cheap stun baton. That alone made him the butt of ridicule and scorn throughout his class. Even his childhood sweetheart, Lu Ruyan, urged him to switch his college entrance exam focus to liberal arts, so he could at least live out a quiet, ordinary life. In the Great Xian Nation, higher education was divided into 2 tracks, liberal arts and martial. Martial track students were required to enter designated maps during the national exam and fight beasts to the death. That's why anyone with an ability below D rank was advised to choose liberal arts. In other words, to voluntarily give up their powers. By contrast, those who succeeded in the martial track could enter ability institutes. After years of training under mentors, they had a chance to break past the no-rank stage and become true ranked awakeners. Countless powerhouses had risen from there. Lu Ruyan wanted him to choose liberal arts because she feared he might die in the martial exam. But a secure job meant nothing. When facing a beast, he would still be helpless. After all, his parents had been killed in a beast tide that invaded their city. In the end, he still wrote his name down on the martial track enrollment form. From then on, he practically lived in the training hall, pouring all his energy into honing his abilities. From the very day of his awakening, he had chosen the spear as his weapon. Yet after 2.5 years of training, his mastery remained stuck at the beginner stage, showing no progress. Just as he sighed over his bleak future, a blue virtual window suddenly popped up in front of him. He shot upright in shock. It was the long-delayed arrival of the system. Opening the novice gift pack, he received an S-rank ability and 200 ability points. He was ecstatic. In the entire Great Xia, only one S-rank awakener appeared every 2.5 years. Once such a person appeared, top academies would fight over him, showering him with resources until he rose to become the strongest of his generation. With a wave of his hand, he opened the ability gift pack. Ding! The system congratulated him for obtaining an S-rank ability, Violet Sky, Divine Thunder. The sky above the city darkened, with streaks of violet lightning tearing through the night. The 3rd Legion stationed in the city immediately activated the highest defense protocol. Such a terrifying thunder phenomenon made many believe a powerful lightning beast was about to invade. Staring excitedly at his palm, he thought, as expected of an S-rank ability, Violet Sky Divine Thunder. With this power, I'll definitely shine in the martial exam. He then raised his hand again to open the ability point pack. The system explained, ability points could be earned by slaying beasts and spent to upgrade levels and skills. His mind buzzed with excitement. Defeat monsters to level up? Simple and brutal, just my style. The system panel showed he currently had 2 basic skills / basic spear technique and / basic lightning gale /. In essence, abilities were born from the fusion of human physique and spirit. After he allocated points into both attributes, a warm current surged through his body, nourishing his blood and sharpening his thoughts, leaving him clear-headed. Looking at his panel, he realized he already had the strength to get into the nation's top ability academy. The only thing weighing on his mind was whether he could claim the title of Jiangnan province's top scorer. Thinking of those geniuses who had been trained by master tutors since childhood, he couldn't help but feel a little uncertain. With that thought, he decided to test his progress at the martial hall. He kicked his spear up from the ground, spinning it deftly in his hands, forming a dazzling spear flourish. Just then, the door suddenly burst open with a loud bang. A group of firefighters rushed in, flustered and urgent. They explained they had received a call reporting a fire here. He quickly waved his hands, explaining that it was just an energy surge caused by his ability training. The firefighters exchanged glances, then let out a sigh of relief. Who would have thought such commotion came only from a student's practice? Surveying the wrecked training room, they couldn't help but remark, to make such a scene just from training, this kid's really something. Downstairs, neighbors asked with concern, was the fire okay just now? Su Jingming smiled and replied, it's fine, Uncle Yang already took care of it. The neighbors nodded in relief, saying, good to hear. Judging by your outfit, you're heading to the martial hall? Training even the day before the exam? Impressive. In this world, anyone who wanted to advance from an awakener to a true ability user had to temper both body and mind to increase their power. Thus, martial halls offering training grounds and instructors came into being. But not every family could afford a private training room. The two most famous martial hall chains in Great Xia were Thunder Hall and Bear Hall. Bear Hall charged an annual fee of 100,000, catering to wealthy students, while Thunder Hall was the only one open to high schoolers free of charge. When Su Jingming stepped into the hall, he immediately spotted a familiar figure. It was his cousin, Tang Chi. He walked over and greeted her. Sis Chi, what brings you to Thunder Hall? Tang Chi explained she was only there to accompany a friend. Su Jingming nodded without pressing further. I see. Well, I'll let you get back to it. I'm heading to the training room. As he left, Tang Chi frowned slightly. Something feels different about him. Beside her, Xiaoyao whispered curiously, Chi, who was that? He's pretty handsome. Tang Chi replied, that's Su Jingming, my cousin. He's also a senior like us, taking the martial exam tomorrow. Just then, a boy walked over and teased, asking so many questions, Xiaoya. Are you crushing on him? Xiaoya admitted bluntly, with looks like that, as long as his strength isn't terrible, having him as a boyfriend would be pretty impressive. Tang Chi, however, poured cold water on the idea. You'll be disappointed. He only awakened an E-rank ability. The boy chuckled. An E-rank ability and still daring to take the martial exam? Bold, I'll give him that. Tang Chi sighed. Bold doesn't mean wise. The risk is too great. I'd rather he didn't take it all. Seeing the mood turn heavy, Xiaoya tugged Tang Chi's arm. All right, let's drop it. We came to Thunder Hall to look around. Remember? Tang Chi nodded. True. I've spent all 3 years of high school at Bear Hall, and this is my first time at Thunder. Relaxing a little before exams is good for the mind and body. Let's go. Meanwhile, Su Jingming entered the testing room. Holding his spear, he felt it lighter in his hands. Or maybe it's because my body has grown stronger. But with the exam tomorrow, it was too late to find a better weapon. He decided to test his peak strength without any ability boost. He exhaled slowly. Clenching the spear with both hands, he thrust forward. Bang! The metal target was pierced clean through. The training room was built with low-grade memory metal, automatically repairing itself within its endurance limit. The display flashed, 321 CAR. Su Jingming smiled faintly. Purely physical strength, doubled from before. The strongest normal awakener barely reaches 100. Next, he decided to test the power of the violet sky, divine thunder. Sparks of electricity roared out from his body. The panel displayed 3,021 CAR. He was stunned. As expected of an S-rank ability. A first-rank ability user only reaches 1,000 CAR. Yet I haven't even stepped into rank 1, and I'm already unleashing power on par with a mid-tier first rank. But even that wasn't his limit. His true killing move was the fusion of raw strength, ability amplification, and battle techniques. With that thought, he gripped his spear tightly, channeling divine thunder. He unleashed lightning gale /straight at the testing machine. The moment the spear tip struck, it buzzed and roared violently. A heartbeat later, Su Jingming shouted, "Break!" A massive blast erupted from the spear's tip, spreading outward in all directions. At the same time, people in the main hall felt the entire building tremble, some even thinking it was an earthquake. Those on the same floor as Su Jingming nearly lost their balance. Such intense energy waves. That's definitely at ability user level, someone exclaimed. Xiaoya frowned. Isn't this floor reserved for high schoolers? Anyone breaking into ability user level early usually trains at Bear Hall. The boy beside her guessed. Maybe some monster came here to train, or maybe a new ability user high schooler has emerged. As the two speculated, Tang Chi cut indirectly. Let's go check for ourselves. The energy fluctuations were indeed coming from nearby. But before they could take more than a few steps, they ran into Su Jingming. Tang Chi looked slightly awkward and asked, "Xiaoming, heading home already?" Su Jingming nodded, saying he wanted to go back early and prepare some more. Hearing that, Tang Chi encouraged him. "All right then, good luck in the exam tomorrow, but remember to stay safe." As the two exchanged words, the boy interrupted harshly. "Forget the small talk. The energy surge definitely came from here." The group stopped at a doorway. It should be here. But when they stepped inside, the sight before them made their eyes widen in shock. What the hell happened here? Xiaoya gasped, pointing at the scene. No way. Even memory metal got pierced. That kind of force? Do we really have a high schooler this strong in Jiang City? The boy beside her studied the marks on the wall and replied coolly, "It's not a high schooler. I can still feel traces of violent energy." Whoever did this was likely a rank 2 ability user who accidentally wandered to this floor and tested their strength here. Hearing that, the others finally relaxed and nodded knowingly. Exactly, no way a student could pull this off. Yeah, not even the top prodigies in the capital could do it. Jiang City? Impossible. But Xiaoya's mind raced with a bold guess. Just now, only Su Jingming came through here. What if it was him? What if he's a hidden genius, masking his strength all this time, just waiting to blow everyone away in tomorrow's exam? Her words drew sharp retorts. You've read too many web novels. Playing the weak to shock everyone later? Get real. Even pretending requires a baseline. He's just an E-rank awakener. If he can hit 300 car, that's already pushing it. The short-haired boy added, both hallways lead outside. Whoever unleashed that power must have left through the other one. Tang Chi, what do you think? Tang Chi only answered lightly, not sure. But deep down, she knew. The marks looked an awful lot like spear strikes. So, is Su Jingming really overestimating himself by taking the martial exam? Time flashed forward to the day of the exam. Outside the venue, buses carrying candidates were arriving one after another. Students, weapons slung over their backs, greeted each other at the gate. Soon, Su Jingming also stepped off a bus, spear in hand. A few curious students walked up to the fence, peering inside. So this is our exam site? Damn, is that a horned rhino? Weren't past exams just shadow cats and iron spiders? This year's insane. As they muttered, someone suddenly walked up and sneered, "A horned rhino, so what? If you can't even handle that, even if you scrape into an ability university, you'll still be trash." Hearing that, Su Jingming raised a brow. Who talks that big? His friend Lu Jie leaned over. Who else? That's Bree's sword, Zhou Mingyang from First High. Rumor had it Zhou Mingyang had awakened a B-rank ability, Swift Gale, and had already broken past no rank to become a rank 1 ability user. Su Jingming smiled faintly at that. So it's the so-called hot favorite for this year's martial exam top scorer. Inwardly, he thought, I wonder, between him and me, who's truly stronger. Moments later, a booming voice cut through the noise outside the exam grounds. Attention, candidates. I am Wang Haiyang, Chief Commander of this year's Jiang City Martial Exam. Before we begin, let me repeat the key rules. The exam will start at 9 a.m. sharp and end at 9 p.m., lasting a total of 12 hours. The testing ground is the ruined town behind me. As in previous years, the area is divided into the outer ring, middle zone, inner ring, and core sector. Killing beasts of different types and tiers will earn different amounts of points. The stronger the beast, the higher the score. The core sector is like bonus questions on a written test, meant for top students to attempt. Don't throw away your lives chasing points. Listening to Wang Haiyang's briefing, Su Jingming thought, 9 days ago, I wouldn't have dared leave the outer ring. But now, I must aim for the inner ring, even the core. The organizers then announced, we will now distribute exam supplies. Please collect them from your homeroom teacher in order. As the teacher handed things out, he explained, there are 3 items in total. A smartwatch to record the number and type of beasts you kill and tally your score in real time. A tactical backpack containing 2 energy bars, 1 energy drink, and a single-use med kit to sustain you for 12 hours. And finally, a safety sphere, which, once activated, creates a high-voltage grid around you that ordinary beasts cannot break through. Afterward, the teacher still looked uneasy, pulling Su Jingming aside. Remember, once you use the safety sphere, the exam ends for you, but your life matters more than anything else. Su Jingming gave a small smile. Thanks, teacher. I understand. Just as he was about to enter, Lin Qingyuan suddenly rushed up and shouted, Su Jingming, you don't have a team yet, right? Want to join ours? Even Lu Jie, who had recently awakened a C-rank ability, added, Jingming, once we're in, I'll have your back. But others in the group immediately objected. Class rep, being nice is one thing, but this is the exam. Teams are capped at 5 people. If we drag them along, how are we supposed to compete? Lu Jie snapped back. We already agreed on this. And now you're backing out. The two remained stubborn. Who knew he'd actually show up? I'm not carrying dead weight. Hearing this, Su Jingming tugged Lu Jie back before he could explode. Old Lu, class rep, I appreciate it. But I'll go in alone. You guys stick to your team. Seeing how serious he was, they could only nod. Fine, but be careful. The two who had refused him quickly pulled Lin Qingyuan away. Forget it. Let's go team up with Huang Tian instead. After they left, Su Jingming couldn't help but smile faintly. With full confidence, he said, even without you, I can still score high. As swarms of drones buzzed overhead, the announcer's voice boomed. The 2037 Jiang City Marshal Exam officially begins. Surveillance and tracking drones are now live. The exam broadcast has started. In the next instant, countless candidates charged into the ruins, shouting battle cries. Some yelled as they ran. My goal is Jiangnan Ability University. This year I'll make my name known to all. Among them was Su Jingming's cousin, Tang Qi, and also the so-called top scorer favorite, Zhou Mingyang. Su Jingming followed just behind the crowd, his own heart roaring martial exam. Here I come. As soon as he entered the exam zone, his smartwatch lit up with a notification. Candidate confirmed. Su Jingming, Jiang City Second High, Class 5 Senior. Exam ID hashtag 178. Live rankings. First, Zhou Mingyang, 7 points, Jiang City First High. Second, Li Sun, 5 points, Jiang City First High. Third, Zhao Zong, 4 points, Jiang City First High. Glancing at the data, Su Jingming murmured, as expected of First High's top contender. He's already hunting beasts. Looks like it's my turn to act. Knowing the core region was still far ahead, he thought, then I'll head straight for the core. After running for a while, Su Jingming suddenly froze. Ahead of him, a fellow student lay collapsed in a pool of blood, barely clinging to life. Seeing the scene before him, Su Jingming sighed. Such heavy injuries. He didn't even have time to activate his safety sphere. No wonder my teacher kept telling me to give up the exam. If I hadn't awakened an S-rank ability, I'd probably have ended up the same way. In a martial exam, there are no regrets. Opportunity always comes with risk. Not everyone gets the chance to defy fate. With that thought, Su Jingming quickly used his watch to contact the logistics team. But just then, the sound of approaching footsteps echoed. A second later, a black beast crept out from the corner. Su Jingming's heart sank. So it deliberately left that student alive just to bait in anyone who got close. This whole thing was its trap. The beast advanced slowly, step by step. Then, without warning, it lunged straight at him. Luckily, Su Jingming's strength had grown. With a quick step back, he narrowly dodged the strike. Staring at the creature, he thought, fast, sharp claws, and a bite force over 1,000 kilos. No doubt about it, it's the so-called rookie killer. Beasts bore the title fierce, precisely because of their savage aura, a natural pressure that could crush the will of their prey. It was said most awakeners, upon facing such beasts for the first time, collapsed under that aura, unable to unleash even 30% of their strength, some even giving up without a fight. That was why wealthy families often hired ability user bodyguards to take their children into the wild, so they could get used to fighting beasts early. Su Jingming, of course, had no such luxury. This was his first time truly facing a beast. As that thought crossed his mind, the shadow cat lunged again. Its claws were about to rake across him. Su Jingming gripped his spear tightly, electricity crackling along the shaft. In the next instant, he struck upward with a fierce thrust, killing the shadow cat in one blow. So this so-called aura has no effect on me at all, he realized. Tossing the beast's body aside, the system chimed. Beast slain, shadow cat, unranked. Ability points plus 3. Note, beasts are classified from rank 1 to rank 9. Those below rank 1 are considered unranked, equivalent to human awakeners. Seeing the notification, Su Jingming thought, slaying beasts grants ability points to strengthen myself. But unranked beasts really don't give much. Since their aura doesn't faze me, staying in the outer ring is pointless. I need to head for the middle zone quickly. Along the way, his system kept chiming. Beast slain, shadow cat, unranked. Ability points plus 5. Beast slain, ironhide boar, unranked. Ability points plus 5. After cutting down one beast after another, Su Jingming sighed. I've collected plenty of points, but what I lack is real combat experience. The Violet Sky Divine Thunder can one-shot these unranked beasts, but relying on it won't truly sharpen my skills. The higher the ability rank, the greater the drain. If he unleashed Violet Sky Divine Thunder at full power, he wouldn't last even an hour. In contrast, his old E-rank weak electricity could hold out for more than 3. But the martial exam ran for a full 12 hours. Before reaching the core zone, he couldn't afford to waste his power. So along the way, Su Jingming stuck to his plan, slaying beasts with spearwork alone, building up real combat experience. After a while, he spotted a horned rhino ahead. The beast locked onto him and instantly launched a savage charge. As it barreled closer, Su Jingming leapt, spinning through the air in a 720-degree turn. With both hands gripping his spear, he drove it straight into the rhino's forehead. The beast crashed to the ground, while Su Jingming landed smoothly, almost stylishly. At that moment, he realized his speed at killing beasts had grown sharper than ever. Could it be that my spear technique has already broken through? He quickly pulled up his status panel. Physique, 141. Vitality, 160. Spirit, 160. Skills, spear technique, intermediate. Lightning Gale Slash. Ability points, 256. Sure enough, his spear skill had advanced to intermediate. Clearly, real combat with the spear boosted him the most. Intermediate spear work already gave him a sense of complete control. If I push it further, what would happen? With that thought, he clicked Upgrade Spear Technique without hesitation. In the next instant, countless silhouettes flashed through his mind. His eyes widened in shock. Endless advanced spear techniques surged into his consciousness. He could barely contain himself, desperate to find another beast to test them on. Meanwhile, Class Rep Lin Qingyuan's squad happened to pass by the same area. Catching a glimpse of a figure, Lin Qingyuan exclaimed in shock. That looked like Su Jingming. Her teammates immediately scoffed. Class Rep, you're seeing things. No way it's him. With his strength, coming here would be suicide. Their words made Lin Qingyuan hesitate, wondering if she really was mistaken. But that back view, it looked exactly like Su Jingming. Just then, someone in the group shouted, "Come check out this horned rhino." Lin Qingyuan stepped closer, examining carefully. It hasn't been dead long. The blood is still fresh, must have died just minutes ago. The fatal wounds to the head. From the shape, It's a puncture made by a polearm. My guess, it was a spear. Her face turned pale with shock. Could it be the one I saw earlier really was Su Jingming? A teammate sneered. Don't tell me you think he killed this rhino? That's a beast only E-rank awakeners can solo. Su Jingming? Impossible. Someone suggested. Why guess? Just check his score ranking. Lin Qingyuan pulled up the leaderboard. When she saw 46th place, Su Jingming, 256 points, Jiang City second high, she gasped, "It really is him." Her teammates were stunned. Su Jingming? No way. He broke into top 50? I don't buy it. Must be someone with the same name. Since when can a rank 1 awakener be this strong? Meanwhile, in the spectator stands outside, the crowd buzz as they stare at the big screen. First High is still dominating, almost sweeping the top 10. Especially Zhou Mingyang, already at 412 points. Looks like the top score is locked in. Jiang City hasn't produced a provincial champion in years. Maybe this time. In the stands, Jiang City's Education Bureau Chief Zhang Wenshan chuckled. Zhou Mingyang is our city's ace. His swift gale ability is formidable. Even in the provincial exams, he won't fall behind. I'd say he's got a real shot at the top 10 in Jiangnan province. He went on, Old Liu, I've always been pleased with First High's results. And Third High is doing well too, finally squeezing someone into the top 10. Hearing this, the principals of First and Third High beamed, flattering him quickly. It's all thanks to your guidance, Chief Zhang. We'll continue to rely on you. Then Zhang Wenshan turned, his expression sour, toward the principal of Second High. But your school needs to step up. Your best student is only ranked 18th. Principal Zhao Yao of Second High clenched his teeth. Only 8 of ours in the top 50. Li Ming, Yang Jian, Su Jingming. You brats better make me proud. Then it hit him. Wait, who is this Su Jingming? I've never even heard that name. Is he even in the elite class? Behind him, a homeroom teacher also noticed the name. Seeing Su Jingming in the top 50 left him completely stunned. Wasn't this kid an E-rank awakener? Has he been hiding his power all along? But no matter how you hide it, how does an E-rank suddenly become S-rank? Worse, only the top 10 got live tracking feeds. There was no way to see Su Jingming on screen. So how on earth is he scoring this high? The broadcast shifted back to the field. Su Jingming had already reached the middle zone, where danger level spiked. He deliberately stepped on a glass bottle, letting it shatter with a sharp crack. Noting the silence around him, he thought, as expected, beasts are fewer here. Rank 1 and above have intelligence and territory awareness, making them far harder to deal with than unranked. Before he could think further, heavy footsteps thundered closer. The next second, 2 cars ahead of him were swatted aside like toys. A beast burst into view, roaring madly. Su Jingming recognized it immediately. A rank 1 beast, blade arm tiger. His eyes lit up. Lucky. Just entered the middle zone and already ran into a rank 1. Perfect chance to test my spear technique. The blade arm tiger, violent by nature, roared furiously, its massive body charging forward like a tank straight at Su Jingming. Yet Su Jingming showed no fear. His eyes carried not the slightest hint of panic. With a forceful tug, the obsidian spear he had been dragging along the ground spun up like a giant windmill. The clash of spear point and tiger claw rang out in a deafening boom. Even the blade arm tiger's proud claws went numb under the impact. Su Jingming sneered inwardly. So this is all the strength of a rank 1 blade arm tiger? I bet only the Tiger King could make me work harder. He roared aloud, I'll send you to your grave, and charged forward with his spear. Now that his spear technique had advanced to high level, his strikes were several times faster than before. Against that lightning-fast thrust, the beast had no chance to react. With a wet crack, a bowl-sized hole was punched through its abdomen. Any ordinary creature would have collapsed instantly from such a wound. But the tiger only let out a chilling, rage-filled howl. Then, driven into a frenzy, it launched itself at him again with reckless fury. As expected of a rank 1 beast, its vitality is monstrous. Su Jingming hadn't expected to finish it with a single blow, not without using his ability. He swung the obsidian spear with dragon-like fluidity, clashing with the beast in a fierce duel. Each strike carved another bloody wound into its body. Hampered by its bulk and reach, the tiger failed to land any real damage on him. With a twist of his spear, Su Jingming's voice rang cold. "Struggle all you want, it's useless." Sparks of electricity crackled violently along the weapon's shaft. The next instant, he snapped the spear, and bolts of lightning shot out like venomous serpents, striking straight for the tiger's skull. As expected, the arcs of lightning slammed squarely into the blade-armed tiger's skull. Its massive, battered body crashed to the ground, throwing up a cloud of dust. The system chimed, "Beast slain, blade-armed tiger, rank 1. Ability points plus 14. Glancing at his panel, Su Jingming muttered, "Sure enough, killing a rank 1 beast yields nearly double the points of an unranked. The stronger the beast, the higher the conversion of ability points. What others see as a death trap of an exam, to me, it's a golden grinding ground." His eyes burned with resolve. "This is my chance. I have to seize it and harvest as many points as possible." Meanwhile, in the conference hall, the leaderboard flickered with updates. 3-1 SD, Chu Xian, 345 points, Jiang City first high 3-2 ND. Su Jingming, 328 points, Jiang City second high 3-2 ND. Li Xiang, 328 points, Jiang City second high. Teachers gasped. "Teacher Chun Fan, Su Jingming is from your class 5? Out of all the parallel classes, only yours has someone breaking into the top 50. You're truly remarkable. Later this year, we must have you give a lecture and share your methods." Chun Fan waved his hands quickly, flustered. No, it's all the student's own effort. I can't take credit." Just then, someone shouted, "Look, Su Jingming's rank shot up again. 25th place, Su Jingming, 372 points, Jiang City, second high." He jumped 44 points in one go. Even the Education Bureau chief looked stunned. By exam scoring standards, killing a peak unranked beast is worth 6 to 8 points. Taking down a rank 1 lower beast nets 14 to 16. The smartwatch only logs kills every 4 seconds, which means Su Jingming either slew 5 peak unranked beasts or 3 rank 1 lower beasts in just 4 seconds. I haven't seen results like this in years. He turned to Principal Zhao. "Principal Zhao, this student of yours is quite the talent. Why haven't I heard of him before?" Principal Zhao quickly forced a smile. "To be honest, I only just found out myself. For the details, you'll have to ask his homeroom teacher." He promptly yanked Chun Fan forward. "Teacher Chun, tell the leaders more about Su Jingming, his talent, his background." Chun Fan froze, stammering nervously. "Director, Principal, Su Jingming awakened an E-rank ability, weak electricity." Principal Zhao's eyes went wide. "Just E-rank? Teacher Chun, are you sure?" Chun Fan scratched his head helplessly. "I'm sure. Before the exam, I even warned him not to take the martial track." The bureau chief sipped his tea calmly, then said, "If he's gotten this far with just E-rank, then clearly he has other extraordinary qualities. That makes him even more intriguing. Mark my words, with this pace, he'll break into the top 10 soon. And when he does, we'll know the truth. If it turns out to be cheating..." At those words, both Principal Zhao and Teacher Chun went pale, cold sweat dripping down their backs. As time slipped away, the rankings refreshed once more. 8th, Li Zi. 9th, Su Jingming. 10th, Ma Yun. 11th, Yili. 12th, Tang Qi. Staring at the board, Tang Qi thought, "So it really was you, Cousin Jingming. That strike yesterday, it had to be yours." Even Zhou Mingyang, sitting comfortably in first place, couldn't help but mutter, "Already? 6 hours left in the exam, and someone just barges into the top 10. Su Jingming, never even heard of him before." Meanwhile, inside the ruins, Su Jingming continued his relentless hunt. The system chimed again. "Beast slain, Shadow Cat, rank 1. Ability points plus 14. Su Jingming smirked inwardly. As expected, hunting beasts in Middle Zone is far more efficient. Glancing at the tracking drones circling above, Su Jingming knew he'd broken into the top 10. The martial exam tested not just strength, but potential, and only those with the best scores drew the most attention. I never planned to hide my power anyway. The top 10 is only the beginning. But before stepping into the core zone, I need to power up again. He pulled up his status panel. Name, Su Jingming rank, Awakener ability, Annihilation Thunder Physique, 141 Vitality, 160 Spirit, 160 Skills, Spear Technique, Advanced, Lightning Gale Step Beginner, Ability Points, 312. Seeing it, he was taken aback. Over 300 points stored up, yet his rank hadn't advanced. So, to move from Awakener to True Ability User, there's only one path: ability cultivation. Fine, then I'll boost my base stats further. With Physique rising by 40 and Spirit by 22, a surge of power coursed through him. He grinned. Perfect. Time to head into the core zone. The moment he stepped forward, the system flashed a crimson warning. Core zone. Maximum danger. Not long after, he spotted a pack of blade-armed tigers tearing into prey, a half-devoured horned rhino corpse. Atop the carcass crouched a beast far larger than the rest. That one in the center, its aura, its size, those abnormally long arm blades. It has to be the blade-armed Tiger King. Su Jingming's eyes gleamed. Looks like this is going to be a massive harvest. But the next instant, his expression hardened. He turned sharply. Come out. I've already sensed you. From the shadows, Zhou Mingyang strode out with a faint smile. Impressive. You noticed me. So, you're the one who barged into the top 10, Su Jingming. Hearing his own name, Su Jingming frowned. You know me? Zhou Mingyang chuckled. Anyone strong enough to reach the core zone, I know them all, except you. So when a stranger suddenly pops up here, it wasn't hard to guess. You're the dark horse shaking up the rankings. Zhou Mingyang admitted he'd been eyeing this pack of blade-armed tigers for a while. Seeing the sword in his hand, Su Jingming narrowed his eyes. So, you're trying to steal the prey? Zhou Mingyang quickly waved his hand. Don't get me wrong. The Tiger King is a mid-rank 1 beast, and with 9 more in the pack, no single person can handle them all. We could work together. But to his surprise, Su Jingming cut him off coldly. No need. He turned and strode toward the beasts. I'm enough on my own. He stepped forward, standing atop an overturned bus, staring straight into the tiger pack. The moment he arrived, the blade-armed tigers stiffened, clearly alerted. Su Jingming noted calmly, as expected of a pack with a leader. They actually know how to form a crude formation. With a roar from the Tiger King, several beasts instantly shifted their focus onto him. In the next heartbeat, they charged with thunderous snarls. Watching from the sidelines, Zhou Mingyang smirked faintly. Let's see if this fool is throwing his life away, or if he's hiding something remarkable. Su Jingming began to twirl his spear slowly, almost lazily. The weapon's rotation grew faster and faster, a storm of steel in motion. As the first tiger pounced, its claws were slammed back by the force of the spinning spear. Then, like a cold-blooded reaper, Su Jingming swept once, instantly cleaving down several blade-armed tigers in a single motion. The system chimed, beast slain, blade-armed tiger, rank 1 lower. Ability points plus 10 beast slain, blade-armed tiger, rank 1 mid. Ability points plus 15. One after another, the beasts fell beneath his spear, bodies piling on the ground. Watching his underlings collapse, the Tiger King glared and let out a low, menacing roar. Su Jingming only glanced at his spear, muttering with faint regret. Pity, my body strength still isn't enough. I couldn't wipe them all out in one sweep. The blade-armed Tiger King lunged, closing the distance in a blink. A deafening roar erupted from its throat. Instantly, every window along the street shattered into shards. Zhou Mingyang clutched his ears in agony, his face twisting in pain. Su Jingming, however, only glared coldly. That roar might scare others, but it won't work on me. With that, he surged forward, spear in hand. The weapon clashed head-on, blocking the Tiger King's massive strike. Using the recoil, Su Jingming vaulted high into the air. Before the beast could even react, he spun, spear in hand, completing a full 720-degree rotation. With all his strength, he slammed the weapon down onto the Tiger King's skull. In the next instant, he was standing atop its body, spear poised downward. A sickening crack rang out as the spear pierced clean through. The system chimed, beast slain, blade-armed Tiger King, rank 1 upper. Ability points plus 20. Zhou Mingyang stood frozen, eyes wide. No way, wipe them all out in one go? What kind of monster is he? Su Jingming gazed at the sea of tiger corpses, a satisfied thought crossing his mind. A massive haul of ability points. At this rate, by the end of the exam, who knows how much I'll have piled up? His eyes sharpened. The more, the better. I need to hunt down the next pack fast. Just as he turned to leave, Zhou Mingyang shouted after him. Hey, how the hell did you do that? Crushing a whole tiger pack with just a spear? Are you some kind of enhancement type? Su Jingming only tossed back a single line. Lightning type. Then he strode away without looking back. Zhou Mingyang's face twisted in anger. Lightning type? Don't lie to me. If you don't want to tell me, fine, but don't fob me off with nonsense. What a nasty personality. Quickly, he yanked up his smartwatch. Damn, with all the beasts he just killed, did his score catch up to mine already? The next second, the result floored him. First place, Su Jingming, 1122 points, Jiang City second high. Second place, Zhou Mingyang, 985 points, Jiang City first high. Zhou Mingyang nearly shouted. Damn it, that bastard actually overtook me. Meanwhile, in the viewing hall, the director was full of praise. Such domineering spear work. Su Jingming's only 18, yet his technique is already at advanced level. A bona fide genius. He added, with Su Jingming, Jiang City is guaranteed to break into the provincial top 100. After the exam, I'll propose an award for second high. Principal Zhao beamed with joy. Thank you, Director Zhang. At that moment, he was so moved he nearly cried. Su Jingming is a miracle. At last, our school has hope of rising again. 3 hours later, Zhou Mingyang was still pacing through the core zone. What the hell? Where did all the beasts go? A voice behind him answered. You should ask the one in first place. Turning, he blinked. You guys? Since when are you working together? It was Wu Hao, third place, Meng Di, fourth, and Tang Qi ninth. Tang Qi said flatly. He's the reason. Meng Di clenched her fists, furious. Su Jingming slaughtered almost every beast in the core zone. We couldn't find any prey, so we had no choice but to group up. Zhou Mingyang gawked. Impossible. There are tons of beasts in the core zone. Tang Qi stepped closer. One look at you and I know you haven't checked the rankings in a while. Go look at Su Jingming's score. On the leaderboard, 1 SD, Su Jingming 3,435 points, Jiang City second high 2 ND, Zhou Mingyang 1103 points, Jiang City first high 3 RD, Wu Hao 945 points, Jiang City first high. Zhou Mingyang was struck dumb. Tang Qi explained. Now you see? Even subtracting the 700 plus points he earned in the middle zone, that leaves over 2,500 points, meaning he's killed nearly 200 beasts here in the core zone alone. Zhou Mingyang's mind reeled. No wonder he was so protective of his prey earlier. He planned this all along. Tang Qi continued. Only a few hours left. We're planning to team up and head into the innermost zone. Zhou Mingyang paled. That place? The weakest beasts there are upper rank 1, and there are even rank 2 beast kings. Going in solo is suicide. Meng Di clenched her fists tighter. Exactly why we're joining forces. So are you in or not? Night fell. Su Jingming sat atop a mountain of beast corpses. His supplies were gone, and the exam was drawing to a close. If I want more ability points, I'll have to push deeper. But in the innermost zone, there are rank 2 beasts. I'll need more power first. He pulled up his panel. Rank, Awakener ability, Purple Heaven Thunder, S rank, Physique, 181 Spirit, 182 Skills, Spear Technique, Advanced, Lightning Gale Strike, Beginner, Ability Points, 2413. Staring at the massive pool of points, he muttered, where should I invest them? Forget it, let's pour them here. As power surged through his body, Su Jingming smirked. Now I should be ready for the martial exam's final boss. The last sprint had begun. What rank 2 beast will they unleash as the final trial this year? As Zhou Mingyang's group pressed on, they suddenly froze in horror at the sight ahead. The beast before them was a bloodthirsty, violent bear. Trouble. Everyone knew this rare monster's hide was tougher than E-grade alloy. Missiles couldn't even dent it. One slap from its paw could crush them all flat. Zhou Mingyang's face darkened. Tang Chi sighed helplessly. I think we should abandon this attempt. Even if the violent bear doesn't move, just stepping into this zone would get us wiped out by the rank 1 high-tier beasts. She waved her hand firmly. Sorry, everyone. I'm out. No score is worth my life. Zhou Mingyang stomped the ground, cursing. What sadist designed an exam question like this? Just as they were about to retreat, Meng Di suddenly shouted, Look! Someone's coming. That looks like Su Jingming. Sure enough, Su Jingming was sprinting toward them from the distance. His movements were swift and fluid, each step precise like flowing water. Meng Di's eyes lit up. So that's Su Jingming? He's really handsome. Zhou Mingyang sneered. Handsome? What good is that? Charging into a beast horde is suicide. As expected, Su Jingming's presence immediately stirred the pack. In the next instant, dozens of beasts lunged at him at once. The commotion drew even more creatures flooding in from the rear. Within moments, Su Jingming was surrounded on all sides. Finally, the mass of beastly bodies swallowed him whole, erasing him from sight. Zhou Mingyang scoffed, reckless idiot. If he dies, he brought it on himself. Wu Hao's voice trembled. No way. Su Jingming can't really be dead, can he? Tang Chi spun around, eyes blazing. No, I have to help him. The others grabbed him quickly. Are you insane? You'll only throw your life away. Did you forget what you just said yourself? But Tang Chi's voice broke with emotion. You don't understand. Su Jingming is my cousin. I will not stand by and watch him die. Just then, a faint spark crackled deep within the horde. A heartbeat later, thunder exploded outward, bolts of lightning blasting from where Su Jingming had vanished. The flash of lightning was blinding, forcing Zhou Mingyang's group to shield their eyes. What the hell? Lightning? Could it really be Su Jingming's ability? In the center of the courtyard, Su Jingming stood tall, his body wrapped in crackling arcs of thunder. Gazing at the pile of beast corpses, he knew the truth. Relying on brute strength alone wouldn't be enough against so many rank 1 high-tier monsters. He had no choice but to unleash his ability. As expected of an S-rank power, savage and overwhelming. Suddenly a heavy rhythm shook the ground. Tum, tum, tum. The bloodthirsty violent bear loomed closer, over 5 meters tall, like a tank rearing on its hind legs. Seeing its underlings slaughtered, the beast bellowed in fury. Su Jingming's eyes narrowed. Huge body, terrifying power, but not very agile. With Purple Heaven Thunder on my side, I should be able to handle it. Still, those lesser beasts were nothing but distractions. In that case, time to clear the field first. He drove the Purple Heaven Thunder into his veins. In the next instant, his body shot forward like a cannonball. In a flash, several charging beasts were torn apart. The system chimed. Beast slain, rank 1 high-tier Shadow Cat. Ability points plus 13. Su Jingming's thoughts surged. So this is the physical boost of an S-rank ability? Incredible. Though the thunder coursing through me is dangerous, I can't hold it for long. But to crush you beasts, it's more than enough. Beast slain, rank 1 high-tier Unicorn Rhino. Ability points plus 15. Watching the rhino fall, the violent bear finally lost control, roaring as it lunged at Su Jingming. A massive paw crashed down, splitting the air with brute force. But Su Jingming, wrapped in thunder, blurred like a phantom. When he reappeared, he was already meters away. Enraged, the violent bear charged full force, covering more than 30 meters in the blink of an eye. The bear was fast, but Su Jingming was faster. With a single leap, he dodged again with ease. His figure weaved through the horde, too quick for the violent bear to even graze him. Beast slain, rank 1 high-tier horned lizard. Ability points plus 15 beast slain. The system alerts rang out with every kill. The bear, unable to land a hit, grew more and more enraged. Su Jingming smirked. What's wrong? Mad because your little underlings are dropping like flies. He sneered. Don't worry. Once I clear the last one, it'll be your turn. With that, he dashed straight toward the final unicorn rhino. But suddenly, the violent bear swung a colossal paw, slamming it down right in Su Jingming's path. Su Jingming's eyes narrowed. Damn, it actually predicted my move. Boom! The two massive palms slammed together. The shockwave sent nearby cars flying several meters through the air. But when the beast pried its claws open, only the shattered remains of the rhino lay inside. A burst of lightning split the sky. Su Jingming descended from above, body wreathed in thunder, spear clutched tight as he dove straight at the bear. Now there are no distractions. Let's see if that armor-like hide of yours can withstand my thunder's wrath. With a roar, his spear thrust forward, driving into the violent bear. Thunder detonated, forming a massive lightning sphere that exploded on impact. The shockwave blasted Zhou Mingyang's group, forcing them to shield their eyes. In a viewing hall, spectators gasped, stunned at Su Jingming's terrifying display. Director Zhao slammed the table. Principal Zhao, this is what you call an E-rank ability. Are you kidding me? Another principal muttered in awe. To wipe out rank 1 elites and even hold ground against a rank 2 boss, this isn't just a rank. It might be beyond that entirely. Principal Zhao stood dumbstruck, stammering, and maybe it's a mutation. But Director Zhao's eyes blazed with excitement. Doesn't matter. After today, the entire Daxia Federation will know the name Su Jingming. Meanwhile, the bloodthirsty violent bear was driven into a frenzy by Su Jingming's strike. It roared, saliva flying, as if ready to devour him whole. Su Jingming flipped back, shock flashing through his eyes. My full power strike, and it only left a scratch? No wonder it's a rare rank 2 beast. Those bristling hairs are tougher than steel, and they don't even conduct electricity. With my current strength, leaping 2 entire ranks to one shot, it is impossible. The bear, enraged by repeated failures, lost all control. Black miasma burst from its body as it entered berserk mode, vowing to tear Su Jingming apart. A thunderous blow came crashing down a second later. Su Jingming raised his spear to block, but the shockwave blasted him several meters backward. So soon? It already triggered its berserk skill? Damn, this thing really hates me. The beast's eyes burned crimson as its massive claws pounded the ground where he'd just been standing. The earth cracked apart under its fury as it roared to the heavens. It lunged again, each strike narrowly dodged by Su Jingming's agility. Incredible. Once berserk, its physical power skyrockets. But the price is its mind. What little intelligence it had is gone. Now it's nothing but a killing machine running on instinct. Best not clash head-on. Agility is the key to wearing it down. Suddenly, Su Jingming feinted and lunged forward. His spear rammed viciously into the bear's backside. The violent bear howled in agony, collapsing hard onto the ground. Strike while it's weak, Su Jingming growled, channeling his thunder. Bolts of purple heaven lightning poured down, exploding against the beast, ringing screams from its throat. As the storm subsided, Su Jingming narrowed his eyes at the smoking, twitching body. Is it dead? Su Jingming smiled faintly. Half a minute of purple heaven thunder. No defense in the world can withstand that. But suddenly, the bloodthirsty violent bear's blood-red eyes snapped open. It swung a massive paw down, only to be paralyzed mid-strike by the lightning coursing through its body. Su Jingming's gaze hardened. It's time to end this. His spear spun in his hands, surging with unstoppable force. One thrust, shattering all before it. The violent bear collapsed with a thunderous crash, dead on the spot. The system chimed. Be slain, rank 2 low-tier violent bear. Ability points plus 24. Exhaling in relief, Su Jingming thought, finally, it's over. Good thing I leveled Lightning Storm Strike up to advance just for this fight. The payoff was worth it. Though it lasted barely 2 minutes, it was by far the most exhilarating battle of his life. He tilted his head back, eyes gleaming. Once I clear out the entire core region, just how many points will I rack up? In the monitoring hall, the audience sat frozen in shock. The leaderboard flickered. 1 SD place, Su Jingming, 10,835 points, Jiang City second high. 2 E place, Zhou Mingyang, 1,103 points, Jiang City first high. 3 RD place, Wu Hao, 945 points, Jiang City first high. Director Zhao leapt to his feet. 10,000 points. He hasn't just broken Jiang City's record. He shattered the provincial record. This isn't just a genius. He's a genius among geniuses. Another voice exclaimed. Last year's provincial champion only scored just over 8,000. Su Jingming has basically secured this year's title already. Back in the exam field, Su Jingming stood over the fallen beast, knowing the end of the trial was drawing near. The inner and core zones are already cleared. Time to sweep the mid-zone. Every beast counts, no matter how small the gain. Just as he turned to leave, Tang Chi and her group emerged from behind. Tang Chi's eyes widened in disbelief. Jingming, he actually killed a rank 2 beast king. That's insane. But why is he heading back now? He's already miles ahead in points. Why not just end the exam early? Mengdi frowned as she watched Su Jingming's direction. Wait, is he heading back to the mid-zone? A thought struck her. No way. Don't tell me he's bloodthirsty enough to go clear the entire field. Everyone froze at the idea. Was he really planning to wipe out every beast left in the exam? Zhou Mingyang reacted first, shouting, at his speed, he really might pull it off. If we don't move now, we'll get nothing in the last hour. Sorry, folks. Our team up ends here. I'm gone. The others bolted as well, terrified that Su Jingming would slaughter everything and leave them with 0 points. An hour later, the loudspeakers blared. The Jiang City 2037 martial arts exam has officially ended. Further beast kills will not be counted. Candidates return immediately. Tang Chi sighed in disappointment. That's it? Already over. Most students collapsed in exhaustion, their bodies battered. One of them roared in frustration. Why now? I was just 1 beast away, 1 kill from passing. Meanwhile, Su Jingming casually carried a slain beast on his shoulder, muttering, It's over already? What a shame. I wasn't even warmed up yet. Soon, the candidates filed out of the exam realm. Outside, Tang Chi was instantly cornered by an eager girl. Chi, Su Jingming really is your cousin, right? Tang Chi rolled her eyes. For the 3rd time, yes, he's my cousin. Really him. The girl's cheeks flushed. Then, good sister, give me his number, please? Just this once. Tang Chi scoffed. Didn't you say yesterday you weren't interested? Now you want his number. The girl pleaded. That was yesterday. Today he's the top scorer. Please, I'm begging you. At that moment, someone shouted, Look, Su Jingming's here. A crowd rushed forward as Su Jingming stepped out, long spear slung across his back, greeting his classmates with a calm smile. The air buzzed with excitement. A bald student clapped Zhou Mingyang on the shoulder, teasing, This spot was supposed to be yours, wasn't it? Zhou Mingyang forced a bitter smile. What can I say? Second high produced a monster. With my points, I'm already satisfied. Just then, the principal and director Zhao approached warmly, shaking Su Jingming's hand. Congratulations, Su Jingming. Let me introduce you. This is Director Zhao from the Education Bureau. No need to take the bus back. He'll personally see you home. Su Jingming thought for a moment. That's better. If I took the bus, I'd be pestered with questions all the way. Soon, he was riding in Director Zhao's car. So, Jingming, Zhao asked with a smile, have you decided which ability academy you want to attend? Su Jingming replied modestly, I've been focused on training these past months. Honestly, I haven't thought much about which university to choose. Director Zhao chuckled. With your score, any university in the nation would welcome you. But truth be told, half of all high-ranked ability users come from just 3 elite academies. Let me recommend them. Qingjing Ability University, state-run, located at the heart of the nation. Graduates often go straight into the system. Our current ninth-ranked guardian of the nation, he's from there. Madu Ability University, based in a bustling port city, overflowing with resources and elite societies. Perfect for those who want to push themselves to the limit. Jincheng Ability University, with more than 200 years of history, steeped in ancient traditions and unrivaled faculty. All three hold secret cultivation methods that can't be found anywhere else. They're the dream of every student. Su Jingming nodded, then asked curiously, I know ability users must train with specific methods to evolve from awakened to full abilitants. But what exactly are top-tier methods? Zhao explained, training manuals are ranked too. With basic ones, it takes 3 to 4 years to evolve. With top-tier methods, you can complete the transformation in just half a year. He smiled. Don't worry. Your results guarantee you'll qualify for special recruitment. Even the big three will fight to give you the best terms. The choice will be yours. The next day, Su Jingming returned home, enjoying a long, relaxing shower. He pulled up his system panel. 2,534 ability points left, enough to last until he entered university. He mused, I wonder if the academy hosts beast-slaying tournaments? If not, I'll need to prepare for expeditions into the wilderness. Just then, the front door creaked open. 2 girls slipped in, one whispering, huh? The lock's broken? Perfect, let's surprise him. It was his aunt and his cousin Tang Chi. They barged in just as Su Jingming was half-dressed. Startled, he froze. Tang Chi, blushing furiously, covered her eyes and shouted, What are you doing? Su Jingming scrambled into his room, muttering, Seriously? You just barge in without knocking and blame me? After his parents passed, it was this aunt who raised him, giving him warmth, acting as guardian, and even cooking bamboo shoots and pork to keep him strong. Once he was dressed, his aunt said gently, I don't understand martial exams much. But when I heard you signed up, I worried for months. Now, seeing you safe, I'm relieved. Scores don't matter. Even if you hadn't passed, it's fine. Su Jingming looked at Tang Chi in confusion. What? Chi-Chi didn't tell you? I placed first in the exam. Tang Chi grinned playfully. I figured it'd be better if you told her yourself. Su Jingming scratched his nose and said almost smugly, Annie, I did all right, scored over 10,000 points. His aunt spat out her tea in shock. Wiping her mouth, she stammered. How much? You're not lying, are you? Tang Chi cut in, Mom, it's true. Jingming scored 11,124 points. Tears streamed down his aunt's face as she hugged him tight. Meanwhile, Su Jingming's phone chimed. Ding, a notice from the Jiangnan Provincial Education Bureau popped up /candidate. Su Jingming, Jiang City. Martial exam rankings released. Result. First place, total score 11124. He stared at the screen and smiled. Provincial champion. I did it. Within minutes, the news exploded across every platform. Then came the doubts. Isn't the top scorer usually a high-tier rank 1 abilitant? An awakened can take first? An E-rank awakened as provincial champ? If that's true, I'll eat crap on the spot. Cool story. Give me a sec. I'm pulling up his exam footage right now. Cut to Jiang City number 2 high. The 2037 Martial Exam Award Ceremony was underway. Reporters pressed in. Principal Zhao, online doubts are surging. Many suspect foul play. Please explain. Principal Zhao kept his composure. Our official site has uploaded Su Jingming's full exam footage. Verify it anytime. The fairness of the martial exam is beyond question. The video rolled, uproar followed. No way. He pierced a rank 1 unicorn rhino's skull with one thrust? That's stronger than most abilitants. Look, strength type. Wait, isn't he lightning type? You call that E-rank power? And he's still only awakened? The principal smiled. The footage speaks for itself. Su's score is the real deal. He is the first provincial champion from Jiang City. This honor deserves recognition. Staff brought the rewards on stage. Cash prize from the Education Bureau and a top-tier training manual. The city government adds a matching bonus and a luxury villa. Off to the side, someone watched in silence. It was that female professor. She murmured, "Publishing footage doesn't rule out performance enhancers. The key is confirming his actual ability rank." Flashbulbs kept firing. The principal leaned toward a teacher, whispering, "Where's today's main star? Just called him. He's training at the Marshall Hall." On his way, the principal sighed. "Training even after the exam? This new champion really is different." Cut to him, trembling as he carried a tea tray. "Professors, please have some tea." Even after setting it down, his hands wouldn't stop shaking. Inwardly, he muttered, "So this is the presence of true high-rank abilitants." That aura alone was enough to make one's heart tremble. They're not about to start fighting here, are they? The first to speak was Zhang Chaoyue, recruitment head of Shanghai Abilities University. "It's been a while since we've all gathered. So, which genius are we fighting over this time?" Su Yun, from Qingjing Abilities University, chuckled. "Professor Zhang, don't play coy. If Su Jingming's score is real, he belongs to Qingjing." Wu Yuan from Jincheng Abilities University snorted. "Su Yun, since when do you get to call dibs? Jincheng wants him too." Zhang Chaoyue thought to himself. As expected, when it comes to a provincial champion, sparks are inevitable. Suddenly, click, the office door opened. Su Jingming walked in, long spear strapped to his back. "Good afternoon, professors." Instantly, the noisy office fell silent. Zhang Chaoyue's eyes lit up. Not bad. Sharp spirit. Man and weapon as one. Even after the exam, he hasn't slacked. And under the pressure of 3 high-rank abilitants, he didn't flinch at all. The principal stepped in with introductions. "This is Professor Zhang from Shanghai University, Professor Su from Qingjing, and Professor Wu from Jincheng." Zhang Chaoyue wasted no time. "Su, we've all watched your exam footage. Your combat ability is impressive. Your technique even more so." He paused, tone sharpening. "But there's one problem. Your ability doesn't match the registered E-rank weak current. Care to explain?" As expected, Su Jingming thought, then calmly gave the excuse he'd prepared. "Before the exam, I was training at home when I got struck by natural lightning. Ever since then, I noticed my ability had grown stronger." The recruiters exchanged glances. It sounded exactly like an ability mutation. Zhang Chaoyue suddenly produced a metal disc. "Su, you probably don't even know what your mutated power truly is, right? Luckily, I brought a portable detector. Step up, just release your ability into it." Su nodded and unleashed his power. Instantly, violent arcs of electricity crackled across the disc, sizzling loud enough to make the room tremble. Su Yun's pupil shrank, her voice unsteady. "Such ferocity. Even I can feel my heart racing." At the same time, the detector beeped. Ability scan complete. Detected ability. Heaven's Thunder, Z Xiao. Rating. But then the voice cut off. No rating appeared. Cracks spread across the disk's surface. With a sharp snap, the device shattered apart. The principal was stunned. What's happening?" The recruiters, however, were thrilled. That settles it. Overloading the detector like that. His power is at least S rank. Zhang Chaoyue didn't speak, but inside he was ecstatic. Just as I thought. This time, I've backed the right horse. Wu Yuan couldn't hold back anymore. "Su, if you join Jincheng University, we'll give you a 4 million entry bonus, a full set of C-grade equipment, and free access to every training method and combat record for all 4 years." Before Su Jingming could even reply, Su Yun let out a playful laugh. "That's all you've got? You call that an offer?" With a charming smile, she added, "Su, if you join Qingjing University, we'll give you 6 million up front. For all 4 years, every weapon, training method, and battle record you want, completely free. How about it?" Su couldn't help but sigh in his heart. That's a massive offer. But Zhang Chaoyue, unfazed by their bids, spoke slowly with full confidence. "At Moda University, we don't throw around cash or equipment. Whatever techniques and records they can offer, we can match. But on top of that, each year, we'll provide you with 1 S-grade cultivation resource." The moment those words left his mouth, Su Yun and Wu Yuan both froze in shock. Su, on the other hand, didn't quite understand what that meant. Zhang explained patiently. Have you heard dragon-class beasts? Born monstrously strong, with bodies resembling dragons. That's why they're called the dragon race. Even as newborns, they're already tier 4 or 5, far beyond other species. And among S-grade resources lies something drawn from an 8th tier adult dragon beast. Its heart's blood. Drinking dragon blood greatly enhances the body, giving one the physique to rival dragon-class monsters. Every S-grade resource starts at this level. Su Yun let out a sigh, unable to hide her envy. Even I'm tempted. Modu really lives up to its reputation of overflowing wealth. Wu Yuan could only grumble bitterly. S-grade resources are usually reserved for top seniors, and he's willing to hand them straight to a freshman? There's no way we can compete with that. The three recruiters turned to Su Jingming in unison. All right, time to decide. Which of our top universities will you choose? Without the slightest hesitation, Su answered, I choose Modu University of Abilities. He'd made up his mind long before. Modu not only offered the best terms, but its combat training was unmatched. In the Intercollegiate League, half the champions came from Modu. After making his choice, Su still bowed politely to the other two. Thank you both for your generosity. Zhang Chaoyue then pulled a letter from his storage ring. Su, we look forward to having you. Official enrollment begins on September 1st, but as a special recruit, you can report early. We'll have housing arranged for you. Holding the letter, Su asked eagerly, Can I access the library's cultivation methods and battle records ahead of time? Zhang smiled. Of course. We'll set you up with a private study room in the library. No interruptions. Here's my contact. Reach me as soon as you arrive in Modu. Hearing this, Su was already itching to set off immediately. Time flew, and soon Su found himself at the train station. The broadcast echoed through the hall. Attention passengers, the G91 to Modu is now boarding. His aunt's eyes welled with tears. The child has finally grown up. At her side, his uncle Tang Dowlin chuckled. This trip, Xiao Ming is bound to soar into the sky. Right, Chi-Chi, you'll be filling out your college application soon, won't you? Since your cousin Jingming is heading to Modu University of Abilities, you should pick a school in Modu too, her father suggested. Her mother nodded in agreement. Your dad's right. That way, you two can look out for each other. Seeing both parents insist, Tang Chi-Chi could only nod. Okay, Mom, Dad, I got it. Meanwhile, Su Jingming was already on the train to Modu. He thought to himself, 6 hours till arrival. Perfect time to review my cultivation method. Among all the exam rewards, the most valuable was this manual, Abyssal Sea Method. Just like abilities, cultivation methods also had tiers: basic, intermediate, advanced, and ultimate. The higher the tier, the faster the growth. The one in his hands was an intermediate grade method. With his current mental strength of 180, he had memorized the entire book in just half a day. According to the manual, the world was filled with a unique energy. Following its instructions, he sensed it on the very first day, and his system panel lit up with a glowing plus sign for upgrade. But Su didn't plan to break through just yet. He knew well, transitioning from awakened to ability user was best done with the highest grade method possible. Once in university, he could access top-tier manuals. There was no way he'd waste this chance on a mere intermediate one. Time flew, and soon the train pulled into Modu. Stepping out, Su stood before the gates of Modu University of Abilities and was stunned. Damn, the gate alone is over 100 meters wide. How grand must the inside be? Just then, a car rolled to a stop beside him. The window lowered, and Zhang Chaoyue leaned out with a smile. Su Jingming, welcome. Hop in. I'll take you to handle your admission paperwork. On the way, Zhang Chaoyue chuckled. Impressive, isn't it? Modu University of Abilities covers 40,000 mu, 26 square kilometers. Each student averages over 2,600 square meters of space. Most visitors can't even finish touring the campus in a whole day. Hearing that, Su Jingming couldn't help but sigh. Seeing it with my own eyes is on a whole other level. Once they reached the dorm area, Zhang handed him a card. Here, your student ID and pass card. You'll need it to access your dorm. But when Sue lifted his head, he froze. A university dorm? He thought. In my past life, I'd seen everything. 4-person rooms, singles, even 3-bedroom apartments for PhD candidates. But villas as dorms? That's new. Seeing his dumbfounded look, Zhang explained, every student lives in a villa. The higher your score, the more luxurious it is. As provincial champion, yours is top tier, over 800 square meters. Don't worry about being lonely though. Villas are shared by 2 students, one on each floor. Su thought to himself, a 2-person dorm isn't bad. Better than living alone. After all, I've always been an orphan. What I really miss is the lively atmosphere of sharing space with others. Once inside, Zhang added, all your admission paperwork is done. Now, let me explain a couple of things you need to know here. He held up 2 fingers. First, the credit system. Second, the mentor system. Let's start with credits. At Modi University of Abilities, credits are everything. Whether it's meals, equipment, or rare treasures, you'll need credits to pay. 1 credit has the purchasing power of about 10,000 daxia coins. There are many ways to earn credits, Zhang Chaoyue continued. One type is awarded annually based on your rating. For example, since your entry rating is S rank, you'll receive 100 credits right away. With that, he clapped his hands. Eva, show yourself. In the next instant, a metallic sphere shot through the air and hovered before them. A clear mechanical voice rang out. Student Su Jingming, current balance, 100 credits. Zhang explained, this is Eva, the AI assigned to every dorm. The core system is the university's mainframe, while the units here are just subbodies. Even so, each subbody is classified as level 4 intelligence, more than enough to handle daily life. Su couldn't help but marvel. A mere subbody with level 4 intelligence? The AI technology on Blue Star is leagues ahead of my previous world. Zhang smiled and went on. The second thing to note is our mentor system. Every student can choose a mentor they admire. If that mentor agrees, they'll become your personal guide. Su blinked, thinking he'd misheard. A freshman like me, getting one-on-one guidance from a mentor? But Zhang nodded firmly. That's right. Every mentor here is a high-tier ability user, each with their own secret combat techniques. Many ability training methods can only be passed down after you formally apprentice yourself. He paused before adding, currently, Modi University has 4 lightning element mentors. Among them, my top recommendation is Yang Zhentian, Dean of the Weapon Academy. As he spoke, Eva projected a dossier in midair. Yang Zhentian, age 52, Dean of the Weapon Academy, 7th rank high-tier ability user. Lightning ability, Blazing Thunder. Master of fists, broadswords, spears, and long swords. Though his spear work stands unmatched, earning him the title Thunder Spear. Once, he fought an 8th rank beast, the Siege Demon Python, for 3 days and nights in the wilderness, and slew it single-handedly. The other 3 profiles appeared as well, 2 from the Elemental Academy, and 1 more from the Weapon Academy, specializing in long swords. In the end, the choice would be Su Jingming's to make. Glancing at the panel, Su Jingming muttered to himself, lightning element, and best at the spear. Dean Yang really is my best shot at a mentor. In no time, he arrived at the dean's residence. As expected, a mentor's quarters were far grander than any student's dorm. Just then, a voice called out from behind. Here, to apprentice? The man looked him up and down, then frowned. Wait, you're still just an awakener? Don't tell me you're one of the special recruits. Su gave a small nod. The man shook his head in disbelief. Special recruits in the past were at least upper-tier first rank, sometimes mid-tier. Can't believe this year they let an awakener in. He introduced himself. I'm Tan Ming Yang, 3rd year in the Weapon Academy. Su replied politely. Su Jingming, 1st year. Just reported in today. Tan's eyes widened. You've just arrived and already thinking about finding a mentor? Junior, you move fast. Most freshmen wait until after the freshman tournament. He went on to explain, that tournament is tradition here. It's usually held 3 or 4 days after orientation. Every mentor comes to watch. Perform well enough, and the academies fight over you. Sometimes mentors will take disciples on the spot. Still, in his heart, he thought, even for a special recruit, trying to get in with the dean straight away, that's like winning the lottery. Odds are, he'll just end up disappointed. Su bowed slightly. Thanks for the explanation, Senior Tan. Are you also here to seek out Dean Yang? Tan knocked on the door with a bitter smile. Yeah, I've been coming here for months now, but every time I'm turned away. I'm close to giving up, but deep down I just can't let it go. Just then, the massive doors creaked open. A butler stepped forward with a smile. Welcome, both of you. Teacher Yang has been waiting inside. Please follow me. Tan Mingyang froze at the sight, his mind reeling. Weird. Every other time I came here, the butler was cold as stone. Now he's all smiles, and Yang himself is waiting inside? Could it be my chance today? Moments later, the butler led them into the grand living room. Su Jingming lifted his gaze and felt an overwhelming aura crash down on him. What power! This must be Yang Jintian, the dean of the Weapon Academy, known as the Thunder Spear, a 7th-rank high-tier powerhouse. Yang Jintian finally spoke, his voice calm, yet sharp as lightning. You're Su Jingming, right? Director Zhang already briefed me. Come with me. I'll take you to the training hall.